kill me is death.
Hell no, I can't trust nobody. So I keep me a stick at the party. Pulling up finna catch me a body. Round with them choppers, no Harleys. They know I gotta keep my Scotty. 33 and it's acting retarded. If it don't kill me, go harder. All my niggas and we moving like shotters. And I'm big tier late, we poppin'. We bought no assist, no Stockton. All my niggas, we up, we locked in. If he skate, got gas, might stop in. HP for the number of Harden. Free MC, white chalkin'. Tried to catch a play, D Hopkins. Pull up on the scene, we walk down. All that talking tough got chalked out. Bitch down the bricks, my hot route. How we gon' lose, we hot now. Got me sippin' Henny, that act up. Get it by the load, no Mack truck. Put your ex on my sack up. Bitch out of line, I'll smack her.
Welcome to Pittsburgh Chatter, where I do interviews where I want, whenever I want, with who I want. Today I got a very special guest. JJ, how's it going, man?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, my dude.
First of all, I appreciate you stopping by, because this is the last day. You got one more show, right?
Yeah, I got two shows tonight, actually, man, at the Pittsburgh Improv, man. The whole weekend been amazing, man. They've been coming out because, you know, I'm on Whammo 107 with Didi in the morning show. So, you know, I sold a few tickets this weekend.
Yeah.
Sold a few tickets this weekend, man. Pittsburgh been really showing me love. This is I think only my third time in my career I've been here. I came here years ago with Cedric The Entertainer. I opened up for him at the Improv, man, but that was probably over 15 years ago. And then
Well, hold on. Let's not skip ahead. So let's start at the beginning. How did you get into comedy? Like,
how I
what's
got
the
into
path?
comedy, man, was just a childhood dream of mine, actually, man. You know, growing up in the streets of Mississippi, I always, you know, was a fool. I always kept smiles on people's face, man, and, you know, I just never thought I always wanted to be in the entertainment business, man, but just never really knew that comedy was going to be one of those branches of the entertainment business that, you know, led me to, you know, doing what I'm doing.
So what would you say was your first joke that you told that you already knew was like a hitter?
The joke, well, I went to a HBCU, the
Alcorn
greatest
State.
Alcorn State University, the greatest HBCU in the country, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway,
You a scholarship for the
in the
trumpet?
band. I played the trumpet.
Yeah, okay,
I played. You did your homework. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. Yeah, I played the trumpet, man. They paid for my college tuition. So yeah, man. Yeah, I went to HBCU, man, and man, a lot of my buddies just told me, like, man, you need to go and get on that stage, man. Go and get on that stage, man, and see if you can make things happen.
So you would say that your friends at the college you were at, they were the ones that seen it a little bit early for you?
They saw some, pretty much a lot, because, you know, Alcorn's in the middle of nowhere. So we're a big family, man, so we had to spend a lot of time with one another on campus. You know, we ain't had no McDonald's 5 minutes down or Target or CVS.
Of course.
So, you know, we was in the middle of nowhere, man, so, you know, everybody was always together. So they saw a nice little glance of what I was trying to do with my life.
Okay, and then after you had left the HBCU, and then you went to New York, correct?
I went to New York for a little while, man. Went to New York for a little while, man. Had a couple of people that was interested in my career. You know, me and Mike Epps, you know, stayed together back in the day. Don't nobody know that, man. So we shared a living room, not even an apartment together. Stayed in the living room. You know, whoever got home first got the couch. You know what I mean? From the, you know, grinding them streets of New York, man. So that was a great experience, man. But no, I'm so Southern. You know, New York was just a little too fast for me. I mean, great city, but it wasn't for me to live in. It wasn't for me to live in.
They're not really the most polite either, USA people. They're not really most polite.
Now, you know what? They really not, man. But, you know, that's New York. That's they grind. That's they gritty, you know, and everything, man. You got to respect it and love it. You know, when you go up there, you know, you already know that's how they are and everything, man. But it's still a great city, man. Great people there. And they showed me love, man. I just had to get out of there.
So you've done a lot of performing on stage, and I would say you're well-versed on stage. But what was the first time that you touched the stage?
The very first time I touched the stage, man, was in the ATL, man. I went to open mic night at Earthquake. Shout out to my dude, Earthquake, man. Earthquake had a comedy club in Atlanta, and Tuesday nights was the dope night.
So you weren't scheduled. This was just more
No,
like
I wasn't scheduled. I had to get there early
Gotcha.
and, you know, get on that list, man, and hopefully and pray that they call your name. So it was one of those nights, man. So, you know, it was some big hitters in there that night. You know, these people was, you know, on that show even before people knew who they were. You know, I had Bruce in there. SJ was in there. Chris Tucker was in there. Earthquake, Zoo Man. So, you know, they had some folks that was going to
They weren't there for open mic, though.
No, but, you know, they do open mic first.
And then,
they do the big dogs.
Okay. I got you.
They came to show love to the open micers, man. You know, they got there early so they can also perform because, you know, ain't no telling who Earthquake was going to call up, you know, as far as the heavy hitters to get on stage, man. So I got lucky, man, and got on stage that night, man, did well, man, and here I am today. I'm still building my relationship.
Wait, not to cut you off. So
Yeah,
was it as big as it is now then?
What?
Or like just the whole Kings of Comedy thing? Or was it like just since it was the beginning of that, people weren't as knowledgeable of like how big it was going to become?
I mean, it's still big now, man. You know, it took the word by storm. You know, you putting those 4 comics together like that, all 4 headliners, and then, you know, it caught on real well, man. You know, they did tours, they kept touring. And then, you know, the buzz was so big, you know, Spike Lee did a movie with it. And, you know, and I mean, it's one of the biggest selling comedy tours in the world.
Definitely. All right, my bad. I threw you off track.
No, you
all
good.
Right. So
good.
You were meeting, you met him through the management team.
I met him through the management. They kept me on their radar, man. After the Kings of Comedy started doing his own thing. Everybody wanted to start doing their own individual thing. And he was like, man, hey, man, won't you come rock with me and everything, man? I'm doing this Bud Light review where he showcased comics that he thought was going to eventually, you know, make some noise in the business. And then when he started doing this one-man show, he like, man, come open up for me, man. Come on, rock with me, man. Let me teach you the business, build your brand in front of my audience and everything, man. So I did that for about almost 15 years, man. So he kept me busy, man, helped me build my own
he was always on the road.
Always on the road, selling out arenas and theaters and stuff, man. So I was blessed to do that, man. It was a 2-man team at first.
Yeah.
It was just me and him. He allowed me to go showcase my talent for 25, 30 minutes, and he'd come out there and do another hour, 20 right behind me. So I got the chance to build my fan base, you know, under him. He put me in the movie Johnson Family Vacation.
Yeah.
You know, I got a chance to do that, man. So, you know, now I'm branching out on my own, doing my own thing.
You said kinfolk. Yeah.
Yeah, kinfolk.
So I was so curious about that line. So was that off the dome or they?
You know, they give you a script, man. So, you know,
how does it work?
I mean, they give you a script. They give you an idea of what you want to do, how they want that scene to go and everything, man. So I just studied my lines and, you know, I was still green to being an actor and everything, man. So Sid, you know, pulled me into his trailer like, hey, man, you ought to, you know, consider doing this scene like this, you know, instead of doing word for word. Because, like, again, man, that was my first movie, you know, so at that time I had no acting.
So would you say you were nervous?
Was I?
Because there's like Steve Harvey, Bow Wow.
I'm glad I had no white pants on in that movie. It would have been brown in the back. I was just that damn nervous and everything, man. So, man, it was a good experience, man. But he just told me how to go rock that scene. But, you know, believe it or not, that was in one take. That was only one take. That whole particular scene was strictly one take. Because, to be honest, at first, the director didn't want it like that. He wasn't really feeling it. So the producer and Sid them had to go to the director and be like, hey, man, we got to keep this part, man. It's very instrumental in the black community, the family. You know, everybody can relate to that, man. You know, you got that big cousin.
The facts. Everybody
got that in their family, man. Somebody has always got their hand out for something. So, man, you know what? As small as that role was, man, it really it got big. I'm still getting recognized for that. Till this day, and we did that years ago. So to this day, man, you know, I'm still getting recognized for that scene because I had, you know, I'm bald head. I had hair then. So, I mean, it was very, very instrumental in my career. You know, it kept my name out there, man, and, you know, I'm still out here grinding, dude.
What would you say were some pros and cons of being a comedian?
Pros and cons of being a comedian, man. I mean, you know, if you have the passion for it, the love for it, the drive for it, man, you know, the pros can always, you know, you can make a living from it, man. You know, you can go out here and showcase your talent with it. And, you know, you can bring people into your lives. And
but one thing
man.
I hear that you say is, like, the grind. And it's kind of different now, whereas online and using social media, you become bigger
social media,
over time.
It's just we just in that era right now.
So if you could incorporate that into your daily life back then, do you think it would have been easier to take off?
I mean, if we had social media back then, I mean, it's a possibility. I mean, because a lot of people doing it now. A lot of people eating off social media.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make an amazing living, with those small little videos, man. Because a lot of people is, online.
But you're like, again, that's online. You're good on stage.
I'm good on stage,
and not everybody can do that.
Not at all. I mean,
so,
all right,
for someone that's online, that's good online. Like, what advice would you give someone that would take their talents to the stage? Like, what would you tell them to do?
Tell them they're gonna have to get on that stage and hit them open mics. Just because you funny with those little whatever minutes they give you online, that don't mean that's gonna translate to the stage, man. Because that stage a whole nother beast. They not looking at you online. They pay their hard-earned money to come see you and for you to make them laugh. And they'll give you a pass because they know who you are and you got a name and everything, man. But after 10 to 15 minutes, they be like, all right, goddammit.
Yeah.
Where the funny at?
You got to come at least
with one. You got to come with
joke.
it, man. But it's a few. I will respect a few of them, man, that's out here really putting in the work and, hitting open mics and really working on the craft and taking comedy serious. There is some that's on there, man, and they eating off our, off our grind, man, and ain't put the daily grind and work to be where they are as far as doing stand-up, man. But ain't nothing you could do about it at the end of the day. It's part of this new generation. That's what technology
But to solidify yourself as a comedian, you have to take that step,
You got
right?
to take that step, man. And again, there's only a few of them that's doing it. Yeah, I mean, it's a real small pack when it comes for those social media comedians trying to translate it into the big stage.
All right. Did you ever do Def Comedy Jam?
Oh, yeah, I did Def Comedy Jam.
What was that like? I need to know the experience because, watching that is crazy.
Man, it was great. Man, I kind of blossomed early in my career, man. I made a buzz for myself real early. I think I was maybe 2 years in the game, man, and I was already doing Def Jam. I was already doing HBO Def Jam. I did Apollo.
You did the Laugh Out Loud Network?
I did the Laugh Out Loud, but that was later on.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
So, man, I caught the end of Def Jam. I caught the end of Def Jam. I kind of.
So not with Martin, with the what was the other guy's name?
Martin and Joe Torre did it, but see, I did an all-star. Host series. Like Dale Givens was my host at that time when I did Def Jam. But again, I caught it at the end, man. It was really dying down. Wasn't that hot? BT Comic View was definitely dying down, man. They put, a lot of comics on Def Jam. I mean, on Comic View that wasn't ready and really didn't put that grind in to get it, man. But, again, you can't knock it. You ain't the producer of the show. If they want to put them on, you got to put them on.
All right, so my next question, I got to know, outside of yourself, what is top 5 comedians you say? But first, I have to say, like, to me, I try to take Bernie Mac out of it, though.
Okay.
So go ahead.
Because you think Bernie Mac, he on the Mount Rushmore on his own.
I'm sorry, Bernie Mac different.
I ain't mad at it, dude.
Like, a lot of people might say, like, the Red Fox. I didn't really,
you ain't come in and tell me you ain't get a chance to check those out, man. But, those are definitely really the gods of comedy, man, that really broke that barrier for us to do what we.
The Kings would take up 4 spots for you in the top 5 outside of yourself.
You know what? To be honest, no, I wouldn't. I mean, all the Kings ain't in my top 5.
Okay. Let me hear it. I'm curious now.
You already took Bernie Mac out, man. Yeah. I definitely think Dave Chappelle is actually a GOAT. Chris Rock is definitely one of my favorite comics of all time, man. Eddie Murphy is definitely on my list, man. And then, you know what? I like a lot of comics people don't really know about. Like one of my dopest dudes, man. He from St. Louis, Missouri, man. Named Darius Bradford. That's I could watch.
So this is someone local to you now.
Yeah. So he on my level right now and everything, man. But I like to watch the guys that people don't really just give an opportunity and pay attention to, man. There's a lot of comics out here, man, that's super funny, but just haven't really had that opportunity, to take their career.
There's a lot of platforms now that will shed light on them, Wild and Out.
It is, and man, and people like Nick Cannon and and wilding out, man. You know,
but that's aimed at a certain type of direction. So you can, if you can manage it on there and actually do good and get laughs.
And then, but you know, you still got to translate it to that stage and everything, man. So you know, it just depends on you know how you get down on stage.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, you've worked with a lot. We've talked about it, but what would you say was the biggest thing you did to you in your career?
Man, being able to continue to sustain where I'm at right now, to be real.
Consistency.
Yeah,
so
man. You know,
go.
longevity and everything, man. You know, I was blessed to you know, get a name out here enough where I was able to continue to work and everything, man. So opportunities are still coming in for me and everything. You know, I'm on a syndicated radio show now.
Yeah, so let's talk about that a little bit. How did that come about?
Oh, man, it really came out during the pandemic. You know, the world was shut down. You know, everybody was online. You couldn't go to work. You couldn't go nowhere, man. So everybody was pretty much online. You know, social you know, create myself on that platform. So I just did a couple of things, man. You know, I had this thing called Club Patio. On my back patio, man, I just DJ music and people, you know, were just, you know,
it was
get
booming online.
Just
then,
booming,
yeah.
you know. It was just fun. It was just something to do, man. It was a distraction for everybody, man. You know, because we was down as a world, man. So you know, people were just looking for something to do. Cause it wasn't nothing to do. You couldn't go nowhere. So I did that, and then I created this character named Jailhouse Willie, where I turned my shower into a, you know, a holding cell, like I was in solitary confinement.
And created like
prison.
a skit.
And created a skit, man. I was in prison, you know, during the pandemic. And I was just making people laugh, man. And luckily, man, somebody from the show, you know, they was already fans of mine. And, man, they just got on my page, man, and checked me out. And they was making the transition of, you know, finding some other people to get on their show. And they kept asking me, you know, to chime in every morning, you know, make them laugh, man, you know, just be on the show for a couple of times. And then they kept calling me back. And they just offered me the job. They just offered me the job, man. Our chemistry was good, you know, with Dee Dee and everything, man. I got my
And
man
you knew
Jake.
her before.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I did a show before, man, in Dallas. I was living in Atlanta at the time. So, yeah, man, and I used to go to Dallas and do the improv. And she was real selective as far as who she allowed to come on the air and, you know, showcase their talent, man, to sell tickets for the club. So they was already fans of mine. And then I did a big April Fool's Day show with Monique, DC Young Fly in Dallas, man. And, you know, they were able to check me out on a bigger platform. And, again, they offered me the job, man. So it's great, man. It's really giving me an opportunity to, you know, build my brand, and I'm getting this type of generation as far as the younger millenniums and what they call them, Gen Zs and everything, man. So you know, because I want to still continue to do stand up, man. I love what I do, man. I also want to do some other things, but I still want to touch that stage, man. And you know, I do want to, you know, cater to the younger generation as well.
All right, so now I have to ask because it may be normal to you because you're naturally around these people, but who would you say some of the biggest people you've met, though? Because from the pictures I've seen, there's a lot there. So
yeah, man, I met a lot of people, man, in this business, man, you know, especially, you know, touring with Cedric. But
like the one that, like, shocked you, like, you was like,
oh,
damn.
come on, hands down. I'm 44. Barack Obama.
Okay, I care. All right, so tell this.
Hands down.
I was going to try to pivot into that story, but I guess you could just, how did that come about?
Man, I was doing a comedy festival in Martha's Vineyard. My man Damon Williams and his partner Steve Capers, they do a black comedy festival in Martha's Vineyard. And, you know, that's where Barack vacations at doing his birthday and everything on his time off with him and his family. So it's like a 4 to 5 week thing. And each week they bring in another group of comics. And I just happened to be on that weekend there. Barack was in town. And, you know, I'm an advocate golfer. He likes to play
Wait, was
golf.
this during his presidency or after?
This was after.
Okay.
But,
okay.
you know.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
Barack.
Still Barack.
Yeah, facts.
Man, nobody care if he in a wheelchair missing a leg. Still Barack.
Yeah, Barack.
You know what I mean?
facts.
Still Barack, man. So I got a chance to play golf with some of my buddies. Chris Spencer, the legendary NBA player Alonzo Mourning was there. Ray
Mourning,
Allen was there, you
Ray
know, playing.
Allen.
Yeah, Ray Allen, the three kings.
So you was with real golfers,
yeah,
like these?
I was out there with some real dope golfers, man.
Yeah.
That was just happened today. Barack was out there, man, and man, he walked up to me, man. I was shaking like a stripper. I was nervous as hell. I love that mercy, man. I mean, that was truly a great moment in my life, man. Definitely something I got off my bucket list. And he was cool. You know, you would never thought the man was the president, man. He was out there dressed all normal, had some Ocean Pacific shorts. You know, they stop at the top of the thigh and everything.
So what was the golf game like?
Barack can definitely go.
Oh, so he nice?
Yeah, he nice. I mean, I didn't play in his particular group. He was in front of me. And, you know,
so you got to see a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely got to see him. He still had the, you know, the Secret Service with him. You know, they walking around the golf course, man, you know, making sure everything. Because once you're president, I think you have lifetime, like, security.
I think,
like
you
that.
have to. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, man, that was a great experience, man. That's ain't nothing bigger than that right there for me.
Okay, well, I mean, how can you outmatch that? You would have to literally probably leave America to outdo that.
To meet God.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, Chinchilla or somebody.
Somebody real big, because that's definitely you can't really top that.
No, you can't top that one right there for sure.
Okay, let's take it back. Let's rewind and let's go back. So what was life growing up, like when you were young? School, how was that? How was all of that?
It was amazing, man. You know, I had a dope childhood. Growing up in Jackson, Mississippi, man. You know, I come from a large family. It's 6 of us. You know, I have older brothers and sisters. I have one younger than me, so I'm next to the baby. So, man, you know, growing up in Mississippi, man, I was blessed to have both of my parents in my life and stuff, man. So it was fun. You know, I played the trumpet. You know, I was active in the
So
sports.
that was your hobby. Was there anything outside of the trumpet? That
I mean, you know, I played basketball. You know, I was pretty athletic growing up, man. You know, played basketball as a kid. You know, at the Y, you know, I played baseball as a kid, played football as a kid, man, and you know, just doing normal things.
But you didn't take none of those serious. You didn't like fall in love with it.
No, I really didn't, man. I mean, I could have been a cold wide receiver back in the day, but I went out for middle school, junior high football, and we really didn't play a wide receiver type of offense. It was always too tight run game, too tight end. So I went out for a pass one time. I got hit so hard I left. I get out here at halftime. That's when I picked up the trumpet.
Hey. I know. I can relate to that. Football wasn't for me. I didn't see how people consistently want to do that.
Yeah. More power to him, man. You know, I enjoy to watch it, but it definitely wasn't for me. I said, all right, let me pick this trumpet up. I get out here at halftime. You
have a lot of shows, so you're on the road a lot. So how do you manage to spend time with your family and also be able to be on the road?
Man, you know, now that I do radio, so cause like my family is still in, I didn't want to take my son out of high school. So he's finishing up his senior year in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm in Dallas, Texas by myself. So it was a major something I had to really adjust to, because I was at home, and you know, I was always at home during the week, and I was able to go do my grind on the weekend. Now I'm in Dallas, you know, Monday through Friday, and if I'm not on the road, I get a chance to go home, or he'll come up to me to Dallas, or he'll meet me somewhere out of town or something like that, man. So it was a big adjustment, man, but it's working out, man. You know, they allow me to chase my dreams, man, and go out here and just provide.
And it's proof. There's proof in the pudding.
Yeah, absolutely, my dude.
Okay, so do you have any like funny memories from when you were young? Like anything specific, like?
Oh man, some funny moments, man. I mean, I had a fun little childhood, man. I mean, I don't know if I could just pinpoint one.
How were you in school?
Oh,
popular.
I was popular.
Okay.
You know, because my mom was an educator, man. So my mom was real, you know, known in the city where I lived and everything, man. So I definitely took advantage of those perks of, you know, I can get in trouble at school or be late for school and then get the punishment. You know, I got lucky and got some privileges, you know, the normal kids didn't get. You know, I may get an extra hamburger at lunchtime or something like that. Or they
people will be hating. It's crazy something that little.
You know, they may slide me an extra milk or you know, an orange juice during breakfast or something like that.
Sure.
You know, so I was popular at school, man. You know, You know, we had little different you know how they have like, school spirit. You know, I won school spirit a couple of times in high school and junior high. You know, I was voted Mr. Junior Class a couple of times and stuff like that, man. But like I said, yeah, I was popular, man, kind of known in the city when I was growing up and everything. So, man, had a fun childhood.
All right, well, I had a lot here, and it's like I feel good because I was able to ask every question I wanted to ask. Everything I know.
That's good, man.
You fired these. You're good at this. Like, this
man,
is normal for
man,
you.
It's just experience, man. The reps over the years of me doing stand up, man. Did a lot of interviews, and being a comic, man, being on radio, man. It's starting to flow naturally for me.
And like I said, I'm a small platform. I'm not even that big yet, and so I reached out to you, and I was surprised you hit me back, but. Like, I really do appreciate you.
Man, no doubt, man. I'm one of those ones, man, just can't never forget where you come from, man. Never forget that you had to start like this one time as well at the bottom, man, So I try to give everybody opportunities to, to showcase their platform and stuff, man. So, and then it's another opportunity for me. Here's another opportunity for me to, be on your platform and get into your audience and your listeners and stuff like that. So it's a win-win for both of us, to be real, man. No. I ain't too big. I ain't nobody.
No, let's not. We gotta stop the cap a little bit. You definitely somebody.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. So I got 2 shows tonight, man. Pittsburgh really been showing me love, man. The show's been great, man. 2 tonight, I almost sold out. So. There was a really good look for me right here.
All right. Well, again, I appreciate you.
Yeah, man, for sure, man. Thank you for having me, man. Whenever I'm in the city, brother, if you ever need me again, man.
Absolutely.
Let me know.
All you have
man.
to do, I'm a
if
DM
any of my
away.
friends come through here, man, I know, man, I'll hit you up and see if I can get you
We'll pull
on.
another chair right up.
Yeah, man, no doubt.
Okay.
Absolutely, brother. Right on.
Appreciate you. All right, we're all good.